Hey, welcome to Honest Reviews. Today we've got a really fun Smart Buy comparison coming at you. We are going to be looking at air fryers. Everyone seems to be talking about them. I've never used one, so I'm super curious. So I found 3 different air fryers with different features. We're going to put them to the test today and see which one is the Smart Buy for your money. Okay, so air fryers. If you're like me, it just seems like everyone is talking about them. Everyone is raving about them. What is the big deal? I don't know. I haven't used one, but I'm very, very interested to see if they're worth all the hype. So today we are looking at 3 different air fryers from different brands with different features. We're going to cook French fries and chicken wings and see if they can give those results that seem like they're deep fried, but they're not. That's the big claim, and we're putting it to the test today. So we're going to be looking at them, testing them. There's going to be a lot in here. You can check the description below for some timestamps so you can jump around and find the segment of this review that you want to see. Very, very helpful. And let's get to it. Okay, so one thing I found when I was doing my research on air fryers is there are not a lot of price differences. They kind of all range around $100 US, give or take about 20 bucks. So what we're looking at today, instead of different price points, is we're going to be looking at 3 with quite different feature sets. Starting over here, we have the Instant Vortex Plus air fryer. This is from the people who make the Instant Pot pressure cooker that's very popular. Ranges between $89 US. It is currently at $120 US on Amazon.com. You will find links to all of these air fryers as well as some details about them in the description below. And just a heads up, those are affiliate links. You don't pay any extra, but we get a little bit of the revenue, which helps us do all these great reviews for you. So the thing about the Instant Air Fryer is you can see it's quite big. It has the highest capacity and it even has like a rotisserie system in there. You can put a whole chicken in. It's kind of got this like oven situation going on. So this one is a little bit of a different format and more space. So we're going to see if that rotisserie basket hole situation is worth going with this one. Next up, we have the Ninja Foodi Grill and Air Fryer. So this one is kind of more the high price point option. It's currently at $199 US on Amazon.com. It goes as low as $169 US. And this thing is an indoor grill plus an air fryer, 2 in 1. And we're going to see, can it do a good enough job with air frying and grilling so that, you pay a little bit more, but now you have more features because these take up a lot of counter space. If you can get more in one appliance, maybe that's worth it. So that's what we're going to be looking at for this one, the Ninja. And then down here on the end, we have the Cosori Smart Wi-Fi Air Fryer, currently retailing at $130 US on Amazon, down to $91 US sometimes. So that one can go quite a bit lower. It also beeps a lot. And it's really annoying. This just keeps beeping. Which is it's a negative for me. These are a little bit more recognizable brand names. These are the ones you'll find in Walmart. This one is more like the big popular air fryer brand name on Amazon. So it's a little bit more of just the air fryer, but maybe it does a better job. We're going to find out. Okay, so here's how this review is going to go. We are going to test all of these cooking some frozen French fries. Lately, I have been baking my frozen French fries. The result is very disappointing. So I'm really excited to see if these can do a much better job than my oven because, yeah, I'm tired of soggy, weirdly crisp French fries. Then we are going to test them with fresh chicken wings. The big claim that air fryers are making is that they give you that deep fried taste without having to deep fry. So that is what we are going to be finding out today with the test and the taste test at the end, which is very exciting. And then I'm going to be kind of going through the features and what it's like to use them as we go along so that you can find out which one of these might fit in your life. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is put some fries in this Instant Vortex Plus air fryer oven. Unique feature of this one is the like rotisserie system, the even crisp technology, as they call it. That would be perfect for fries. One thing that I'm going to point out right away about this one is that this is the instructions that come with it. It is a very, very small little booklet, and that's it. And this does not have any recipes or cooking times, that kind of thing. And as someone who has never used an air fryer, I am feeling very intimidated by this process. They do have an app that you can download, which I did. There's also a full manual, how-to videos, FAQs, and more on a website. I am not a huge fan of that. Like, I want a little booklet with the cooking times. I downloaded the app. It had, like, I think 26 recipes for this. It had a ton of recipes for the Instant Pot, but only 26 for this. And I don't like the way the app shows me the recipes as well. So that's just like a really quick review of the app and the recipes and the instruction system for this. If you want cooking time, like the little chart, you can find it on the website that is here. But like, just give me this printed. That's way easier than me having to find this website, scroll through all these things and find this one little chart. So that's annoying. Let's get going. So we're gonna do air fry. 400. It's not silent. Okay, so that's gonna preheat and it's gonna tell us when to add our food. So I'm gonna prep the fries, and it doesn't say whether or not I should put oil on them. So I'm just gonna do that for all of them, a little bit of olive oil, because that's what some recipe says. So we've got 2 cups of just like standard McCain frozen fries. We're gonna put a little tiny bit, I saw like a teaspoon of olive oil. One tip with air fryers is that more oil does not make it crispier. More oil is not what you want. So we're just doing a tiny little bit here. I'm even gonna, so I don't over pour, like a teaspoon of olive oil in there. Give them a tossy toss. And now we're gonna use this rotisserie basket for even crisp technology. And this thing is kind of, I don't love it already. So you can see the lid comes off like this. And there's like little kind of lock, unlock icons on it. So it's supposed to go on, and then you twist it, and then it's locked. But you can see if I just like move it over a little bit, it unlocked itself because it's not really holding steady. And when I'm trying to put it in there, it's also like unlocking itself, and I'm worried I'm gonna spill hot food all over myself because of that. So I'm not loving this design, but we're gonna try it anyway. You do have options with this one. You've got the basket, which is more for like fries and stuff that move around like that. But if you were cooking something that you did not want to spin around, it does come with these 2 trays. So I could cook the fries on here if I wanted to. These are non-stick coated. They're quite light. They seem nicely made. And so I could cook 2 trays of fries at once on these if I wanted. But I do want to try out this basket. Okay, we're going to put it in. Checking that it's locked. Nope, now it's locked. See, even locked, it feels sketchy. I don't like it. Okay, here we go. Okay. Ow. Okay. Now it goes back. Move this over. Oh. It's in. Okay. Okay. I burned myself a little bit. It was a bit stressful putting that in there because it's hot. You have to like put your hands in there, get it in the right spot, and unlock the thing. But I was really scared that the metal around the lock was going to be hot, so that was a little stressful. But it looks cool. It looks cool that it's rotisserieing that. One of the big complaints with this one is that there is a hot plastic smell that's going on, which I can indeed smell. And the big problem people had was that it actually made the food taste like hot plastic, which is not appetizing. So we will see if it did make it. We did wash everything beforehand, but a lot of people found that that smell did not go away, even with like washing it a ton of times, using it a ton of times, that kind of thing. So that is one thing we're going to find out. Already, like, I can tell you that the touchscreen is not very responsive. I find I'm having to press it like 5 times before it actually works. And like my hands are clean. That's not the problem. So that's a little bit annoying. I would have expected that to work better. And I did burn myself, and that hurt. So far it is not impressing me with those things, but we will see how the food tastes. Okay, so we just cooked these fries 400 degrees for 16 minutes, which was what the instructions told us. Now I'm going to use this, which is the rotisserie basket removing device, so that hopefully I won't burn myself again. Also, as just like a note before we begin, it also comes with these dangerous weapons and this. So this is if you were going to do a chicken, you would like skewer it with this stuff. And that's how that would work. So it comes with those, but we're gonna see if we can get this out without burning myself again. Okay, now we have this basket out and we have to release our fries, which I am again nervous about. It has kind of these like plastic looking ends, but they are very hot too. So, you know, this, I did not expect to need oven mitts. It's supposed to be unlocked. There, okay. You know, this is not ideal, but there's our fries. Okay, so here's what we got. As you can see, they are pretty evenly crisp. I can see that they're browned on all sides. They kind of didn't snap, but they did pull apart with some sort of crispness. They do not taste like deep fried fries, but they are much better than the ones that I've been baking lately. Okay, now we're moving on to the Ninja Grill and Air Fryer. So I'll show you this one on the inside so you kind of get an idea of what we got here. So this one comes with a few accessories. You get this cleaning brush, which is, you know, that's handy because you have to scrub things. This is the crisper basket. So this is what we're going to use for like our air frying fries sort of thing. Then there's just the cooking basket. So this is more for like, I think if you were cooking like a roast. And then this is the grill plate. All of these are very hefty. This is by far the heaviest one. And this goes in the grill bucket, just like that, if you were going to be grilling something. One thing that I'll point out that I like with this one is that it came with all of this information, which definitely for me gives it an edge over the instant where I felt like I didn't have enough. We've got our little instruction manual for actually using it. This little one that helps you with what type of oil to use when you're grilling, in terms of not getting any smoke. This is like a really quick grilling like information, how to use all the functions, grilling cheat sheet. And then there's this whole like recipe book that it comes with. And so not only does it have a bunch of recipes in there that look good, like I want to make that one, Nashville hot fried chicken. But what's really helpful that I really like is that right in this book, there is a grill chart with all of the grilling cook times and instructions and the different ingredients. So there's like 3 pages of that. Then there is an air crisp chart, and there's multiple pages of that as well. So it's really, really easy to figure out how long and what settings to put things on right here. You're not going to a website. So that's big points for me for the Ninja. So we're going to follow the instructions that this one says for fries, 350 for 20 to 25 minutes. Okay, so this one is showing me some bars right here. This is the preheating progress, which should go across, I think, which is kind of nice that it's making it clear how close it is to being done preheating. In terms of sound, this one is louder than the instant one, but the buttons were so easy to use. I didn't have to hit them 5 times to actually get it to register. So that's a big point to this one, but it is definitely loud. Make sure these are in an even layer. 10 minutes, and then we will stir them and let it do the rest. Okay, so one thing that is nice about that rotisserie basket in the instant one is that you don't have to stop halfway and shake it or stir it, which I will have to do with this Ninja air fryer grill. Okay, so I've just finished cooking these 20 minutes, tossed them halfway through, and we're gonna see how they did. They look very, very cooked. I followed the directions from the booklet. So we're gonna see, but those look very crisp to me. And I do feel like I recall people saying that even when they like followed the directions and then like reduced it, it still overcooked things. So okay, so in terms of like even crispiness, you can see that these are crispy all the way around. I stirred them once, but other than that, you know, in comparing it to the rotisserie basket of the past one, I don't think that was super necessary in order to get that evenness. If you really don't want to stir it halfway through, you know, it's beneficial, but otherwise stirring it seems to have done a good job. We're going to snap this. These are very, like, I would say these look overcooked, but I followed the directions and I even cut down the time. So I'm going to try one. Try this one. Like a little overcooked, but I think I actually like them better than the previous ones. So I would reduce my cooking time, but I like them. They're really crispy. I like things well cooked. Yeah, try that. Just for comparison, you can see, like, obviously a lot of this had to do with the cooking time. But I followed what each one of the companies recommended. Okay, now let's put the third one to the test. This is the Cosori Smart Wi-Fi Air Fryer. Not as high capacity as the Instant, and it obviously doesn't have a grill like the Ninja. So this is a little bit more of our like basic model. Before I begin, I will show you that it comes with this like little pack of information. It's actually like the paper is quite nice. And the book is well organized. Like it has, you know, it has the charts in there. It also comes with this like kind of luxe looking recipe book. And you can see like, that looks nice. Like effort went into this book, and it has a ton of air fryer specific recipes. And then you can also join the Cosori family. Isn't that sweet? And they also tell you that you've made the right choice. That's a bold claim, so let's find out if it's true. Reviewing the manual thoroughly, you have to preheat this as like a whole separate process with the preheat button. So that's what I did. And then just like reading through it, it just said French fries are the French fry button, and it didn't specify frozen or fresh, which is a little confusing, but I'm making French fries, so I'm gonna use the French fry button. So I'm gonna open this up. Just like that. hot, but I don't have to touch it. Ooh, sizzling. Shake it, put that in there, and then French fries. Play. We'll see what happens. Okay, it just beeped. We got a little shake notification here, so I'm gonna shake it. Get those back in there. Okay, so we just got the beep. This is done. So let's see what we got here. Whew. Definitely the most overcooked. Okay, I can say that there's like quite a bit more variation. You can see like some here look a little almost not cooked, and then some are very overcooked. So like, don't use the fry mode for this if you're using frozen fries. And that's one thing that's really hard with these is like, can you trust the guidelines they give you, or are you going to have to figure it out on your own? This one is definitely the most far off, but let's take a look. Very crispy. That one looks super dry. That one's a little better. It's soft. Very burnt tasting, very dry, overcooked. But in general, like the amount of crispiness and stuff seems very consistent across all three. Like none of these am I like, oh my goodness, are you sure these aren't deep fried? Like it's not confusing. So I don't know if there's really that much difference in terms of can they do a good job of air frying? They all kind of did the same job. It's more just how good are they at telling you how long to cook it for? Interesting. I did really enjoy this basket system on this one. It was way easier to shake them and to get them out of there than either of the other two. I didn't need to have gloves. I didn't burn myself. I didn't have this hot spinning basket that I had to deal with. So in terms of ease of use, this one was definitely the best. And so obviously with these being overcooked, the solution is pretty easy. Next time I would not put them in for that long, you know, and then just going forward, I would know not to use the French fry button and to figure out my own cook time. So that's an easy fix. And with like an easier handle and basket, that's nice. Whereas with, say, the instant one where you've got the spinning thing and you're trying to take that out, like you can't easily fix that. So cook time differences aren't that big of a deal. It's more like, is it easy to use? Okay, so a quick look at our results here. Obviously, it's pretty interesting. Going off the times that each company gives you will give you very different results. And that's kind of the big takeaway here, because I think in general, you could get the same cooking results from all of the air fryers. They're all going to cook these fries kind of the same. So part of it is just, well, obviously Ninja does the best job of telling you how long to cook it for, and the other two, they're kind of off. In terms of ease of use, definitely the Cosori was the easiest with the basket and the handle, and I wasn't worried about burning myself, and it was just very easy to use. The other two were less easy between the rotisserie basket, and then this one you had to like have tongs to toss things around and then oven mitts to take it out. So the Cosori wins in ease of use. The Ninja wins in terms of like cook time instructions. And the Instant, that one smelled like burning plastic when it was cooking, so it didn't win anything. Okay, so in the interest of time, in what is already a very long video, we cooked all of the chicken wings in the kitchen at the same time, once again, according to the manufacturer's directions. So what we have here is the Instant air fryer, the Ninja grill and air fryer, and the Cosori air fryer. Okay, so when we look at it right away, you know, again, the Instant is kind of looking a little more undercooked. The Ninja and the Kasori kind of have the same looking outcome. I'm going to give them a real quick taste test, but I think it's the same kind of idea where if this was cooked a little longer, in general, we're getting the same sort of results. In terms of ease of use, it was sort of the same. Again, I really thought the Kasori was easy to use, being able to like pull the basket out. The Ninja was pretty easy. It has that lid that lifts up and I could just flip them. And then the Instant with the like, I kind of had to pull the little tray out with an oven mitt on and flip them. So again, this one loses marks because I had to have that oven mitt, afraid of getting burnt, all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to give them a quick taste test here and see how crispy they are. Okay, starting over here with the Instant, just kind of looking through. None of these look overly crispy. But I want to pick the one, that one kind of looks like the most consistent. Well, they all kind of look like that, so I'm going to give that one a go. They all kind of are in that same range of doneness. And this was cooked on the tray as per their instructions on the bottom level. So it was by the book. All right, that was better than I thought it would be. It was crispy. It wasn't super crispy, but there was still crispiness. And the meat inside was still pretty juicy. You know, I think this one, you can see here, this doesn't have much crispiness to it. So I don't know if I would get that same result on the bigger ones, but yeah, I like that. Okay, now we're moving over to the Ninja Grill. Let's grab this one on the top. You can see that much crispier all the way around. See how it tastes. Okay, that one, crispier, but like a little bit of a burnt taste. And I'd say the meat wasn't as juicy. So that one was a little overcooked. Now we'll move over to the Kasori. Quite crispy all the way around. Give it a taste. I'd say I actually like that one the best. I thought it was like kind of a good combo between being crispy but not tasting burnt. But again, this, to me, it kind of seems like you're going to get a very similar result no matter what air fryer you use. A lot of it has to do with whether the manufacturers are giving you good instructions on how long to cook and what temperature. But that's something you can figure out as you go and make your own little adjustments. Instant seems to kind of undercook. Ninja and Kasori a little more on the overcooked side. But overall, in terms of cooking results with the air fryers, I'd say they all kind of do the same thing. It's more about, do you like using the machine itself? Okay, and then we also wanted to test the Ninja Grill with the chicken wings. So I will show you that. So these were cooked with the grill plate on the grill setting. They cooked a little bit faster. I was expecting more like grill marks, actually. But these look quite good. I'm impressed. So I'm going to try one of these. So this is with the grill setting and the grill plate. It is not the air fry setting. It's the grill setting and a grill plate, but it actually looks very, very, very similar. So, and taste that one. I think you can kind of see there that this is actually the juiciest while still having a very crispy skin. So I would actually say that the grill setting wins overall. Okay, that was a journey. And if you are still here, wow, thank you. Thank you for watching. This has been a lot to test all of these. And we really wanted to test multiple foods, but I think that was really good because it helped us really kind of understand what we're looking at with all of these. So, which one is the smart buy? As always, kind of tricky, but let's go down the line, starting with the Instant. This one just didn't get there for me, unfortunately. You know, as much as it kind of undercooked the food, that's an easy fix. This like oven system for me was always kind of stressful, like pulling the little tray out, all of that kind of situation, putting in the rotisserie basket. It was scary. It was hard. It was fiddly. It burned me. And, you know, the button interface was extremely inconsistent. Sometimes it would work on the first press, and sometimes I would press it 10 times before it worked. And one of the biggest complaints with this one that had a ton of negative reviews, for reference, all of these are very highly rated on Amazon with thousands and thousands of reviews. So, but when you dig in, you see that there are a ton of negative reviews that say that it smells like burning plastic. And yes, indeed it does. And the thing is, these two don't. So it's not just a nature of air fryers to smell that way. This one just really smelled bad both times we used it. So this one, giving it a pass. So that brings us down to these two. And this one is twice the price of this one. And that kind of makes it an interesting comparison. So for starters, this one, it's very deep and it gets very hot. These sides are metal. And so right now, like, this is still hot. Whereas this one, it never actually, the outside never actually got hot, which I think is really nice. These things are, you know, supposed to be on your counter, and I like devices where I'm not constantly worried that I'm going to burn myself. And this one, you know, obviously it doesn't have to be that way. So a point goes to this. In terms of our chicken wing battle, the grilled version of chicken wings was definitely the best one. It was crispy, but still very juicy on the inside. Point goes to the grill for this one. The basket system on here was very easy to use. I liked that I didn't have to like grab any oven mitts. I could shake it, or if I had to flip it, I could really easily pull it out. Points to this one. Button interface here, the easiest to use. This one, you know, a little, I don't like these kind of screens. I like actual clicking buttons because they're a lot more consistent. So, you know, there were kind of like pros and cons for each of these. But if you're just looking for an air fryer, this one, especially if you can grab it on sale, was great. It cooked really well. I think once you like figure out your cooking times, they're all kind of air frying the same. Easy to use, small footprint, looks sleek. The basket that you pull out at the front here, very convenient and easy to use. So if you're looking for an air fryer, my smart buy is this one. You just kind of can't go wrong. It worked great. One complaint that people did have, especially on build quality, you can kind of see when I'm pushing the buttons here, I don't know if you can see the screen kind of moves in and out. It's a bit hard to see, but like build quality is not the greatest here. Some people did find that the Teflon started to flake off. So in that sense, you know, you're not quite sure, but this has great reviews, worked well, and it's a nice like lower price point to get into air frying. If you know you love air frying and you know you want to grill things inside your house, this one is expensive, but it did a good job. It worked well. In terms of the reviews, there were very few complaints about this one. Let me just check my notes here. But this one was 4.8 stars. The Instant is 4.6. And I can see that with those like really bad smelling air, the hot plastic air. And then the Cosori is 4.7 with 50,000 reviews. And I think that those line up with my findings as well. This one was like, you know, just not there. The Instant was not there. The Cosori was great. You know, it might have some build quality issues, but very solid. And then if you want to spend the money, if you want the grill function, which I think if you were doing like steaks and stuff, that's great. The capacity on this for the air frying was smaller than any of the others. So this is more like you want to do a bit of both and you don't mind spending the double money. But if you just want an air fryer that's easy to use, get you into this big wild craze of air frying, this is your smart buy. Is an air fryer worth it at all? You're now asking. For fries, yeah, they were better. They were better than oven baked. They did not fool me into thinking they were deep fried, but it was easier to do than an oven and a better result. And in terms of the chicken wings, yeah, also easier to do, better result. And those ones like as crunchy and crispy and delicious as deep fried, pretty close. So I'd say, yeah, the air fryer does live up to the hype. Very easy to use, quick warm up time. Cleanup, all of these are dishwasher safe. This one people did find was kind of the hardest, the Ninja here, in terms of cleanup, because there's a lot of pieces and you kind of have to scrub them. So the Smart Buy, number one, the Cosori. If you've got the cash, you want to go big, you like grilling, the Ninja is also a good bet. And we are passing on the Instant. There's your wrap up. All right, thank you so much for watching this one. I hope it helps you make a decision. We have more in this series of Smart Buy comparisons, so make sure you check those out. We've got a really great blender battle that was a lot of fun too. Subscribe to the channel for a lot more great reviews. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.